Good evening and thank you for joining us. This is Times News with me, Elita Soko. First, the headlines. President Lazarus Chakwera lays a wreath in memory of AFORD founder, the late Kwagwanji, in a bid to kickstart a reconciliation process. Ombudsman Martha Chizuma nullifies contracts of some MACRA employees, including former Director Generals Godfrey Itaye and Henry Shamu. And tobacco sales start on a high note at Mzozo auction floors. We have these and other stories. Do stay with us.
Both Malawi Congress Party and Alliance for Democracy supporters Chakwera, who stuck to his written speech, committed to construct a tombstone for the late Chihana, adding he is one of the heroes who sacrificed themselves fighting for multi-party democracy. Chakwera then said Malawians should learn from Chihana, who loved his country by, among other issues, respecting the will of people and serving with dignity.
And as such, my presence here is not merely to pay my respects, but also to express my thanks on behalf of all Malawians, because our enjoyment of these rights and freedoms that we have today was paid by giants like Kwagwanji. I'm therefore honored to announce that my administration is fully committed to honoring this man with the construction of a mausoleum worthy of his faith.
In his speech, Chihana said past governments have failed to fulfill the promise to construct a mausoleum for his father, a promise which in the past was normally said towards elections. Chihana said the family has always been ready to construct a tombstone, but said past government promises have been delaying them.
Very difficult to describe it, but it's one of the most important days to the family of Chihana as a whole, to AFORD as a party, in fact to the whole nation. He's the first president who has recognized Chihana and also who has recognized the family of Chihana, and indeed we are so grateful as a family.
Chihana died on 12 June 2006 and he was buried at Katoto in Mzozo after chiefs and family members accepted a request by the government then.
Ombudsman Martha Chizuma has nullified contracts of some Malawi Communications Regulatory Authority MACRA employees, including former MACRA Director Generals Godfrey Itaye and Henry Shamu. The nullifications come after the Ombudsman established that the recruitment of the two and other top executives during the Democratic Progressive Party DPP administration was unprocedural. Presenting findings of an investigation report on alleged irregularities, nepotism, tribalism, abuse of office, and other acts of maladministration in the recruitment, Chizuma faulted the Office of the President and Cabinet OPC for meddling in the appointment of the MACRA Director Generals. Taonga Sabola has more in this report.
Among the MACRA top executives whose contracts were nullified by Chizuma on Monday include Digital Migration Technical Advisor Benson Tembo, Director of Economic Affairs Ruth Ngwedendala, Director of Internal Audit Fearless Malulu, Director of Postal Services Timothy Sukali, Deputy Director of Computer Emergency Response Team Charles Forger, and Deputy Director of IT Kumbukani Lisilila. Others are Deputy Director of Human Resource Henry Macheso, Administration Manager McDonald Poya, Market Assessment and Research Manager Emmanuel Banda, Revenue Assurance Manager Dan Dachi, and IT Support Manager Tiamike Zawanda. According to Chizuma, Itaye's appointment as MACRA boss was illegal as he was hired without being subjected to the open and transparent interview process as required by the law under Section 4 of the Public Service Act.
Mr. Itaye's employment as DG of MACRA was shrouded in a lot of illegalities and irregularities, in the sense that there were no interviews that were conducted, and the very process that the board took to his appointment was highly suspicious by every meaning of the word. But also considering that the appointment really came from the president, who was not the right authority as per the law to make such appointment.
Makra board chairperson Stanley Kaira said his board would meet on Tuesday and Wednesday to start implementing the recommendations by the Ombudsman.
Tomorrow we are having a legal committee meeting to consider all the recommendations and other issues as contained in the report, so that they're able to make a recommendation to the board. And on Wednesday, the board will meet to consider recommendations from the legal committee.
Principal Secretary for E-Government Francis Bisika said Capitol Hill will make sure that Makra board implements the recommendations by the Ombudsman.
Tobacco sales started on a high note at Mzuzu auction floors on Monday as some bales of burley tobacco were bought at $2.40, while flue-cure tobacco fetched as high as $4.15. The onset of the market pleased both the government and farmers, who asked buyers to continue offering good prices for the leaf. Sam Kalimira reports.
Speaking in an interview after opening the market, Minister of Agriculture Robin Lowe said he was happy that the rejection
had issues to do with quality and maybe presentation of different sizes and different grades. I strongly believe vendors are still in the system, because for a farmer is well trained. He can do what the buyers are actually taking advantage of.
Tobacco Association of Malawi Farmers Trust President Abel Kalimabanda said in a separate interview that the rejection rate could go down if farmers improve on their grading process.
We cheat ourselves. It means we will kill your children, you kill your dependents, because if you cheat, I've seen some barrels cheating. There are 2 or 3 grades in one barrel, which is not good, because the tobacco is bought on a grade. They buy with a grade. So if they put 2 grades in one barrel, what do you think the buyer can buy? Can buy the lower grade. So it means you are losing this is the good one. You are losing because you are cheating the buyer. Don't cheat.
Tobacco Commission Board Chairperson Halim Kandavile said the buyers have started with good prices, but said their role will be working with farmers to ensure that the rejection rate is reduced to less than 10%.
Today, for auction, we still have a challenge. No sale tickets are there, but I think we'll get better. For flue, the highest I saw was $4.15 on a first day. Admittedly, for anybody in the tobacco industry would agree with me that we have started well.
During the sales, 2,498 bales were offered for sale as of Monday. Mzuzu auction floors had 3,771 bales in stock.
3 of the 13 people suspected of torching UTM party officers in Lilongwe, leading to the death of 3 people of the same family in May last year, failed to show up in court on Monday. This caused High Court Judge Annabel Mtalimanja to adjourn the matter to May 31 for plea and direction on the case. Matthews Kasanda has the details.
The judge has also ordered the 3 to appear before the court on May 24 with their sureties to give substance and show cause for their absence. The 3 are Mpeya Makina, Kasim Hassan, and George Manganda. 6 members of the Tambala family were severely burned when the office was torched by unknown people, an incident which led to the death of Suleiman Tambala, who was a guard, his wife, and a son. Among the suspects is former United Democratic Front Senindanga, who was present in the court. Lawyer representing Manganda, Oscar Taulu, said he prayed to the court to allow his client to explain before the court the reason behind the absence in fear of having his bail revoked.
Matter of the law, if you don't show to the court on the day that is scheduled, the court has reserved the ruling to Monday next week.
Deputy Minister of Labour Vera Kamtuli says the government is withdrawing all temporary employment permits or TEPs to get rid of fake and expired permits. Kamtukula said this over the weekend during the Malawi Congress of Trade Union MCTU quadrennial meeting in Blantyre. She said this will help clean the problems around TEPs and track the succession process. The Deputy Minister explains.
We are trying to change the issuance of TEPs, because I think you heard the President on the 4th of September when he was delivering his SONA in Parliament. He lamented the influx of so-called expatriates coming into our country. We know that there are some that are really experts and maybe whose expertise we do not have in the country, but we're also aware that there are some companies that are just bringing in people in the name of experts, but they actually do not have any expertise at all. Their qualifications are even lower than the Malawians that would be understudying them, for instance. So what we are doing together with the Ministry of Homeland Security, the Immigration Department and other stakeholders, we are trying to see how best we can reorganize the TP issuance.
And former president of MCTU, Luther Mambala, welcomes the idea, adding that TEPs are sometimes robbing Malawians of jobs that they can ably handle.
There are a lot of issues, as you have already indicated, that we have actually asked the ministry to actually do for the workers of this country. Yeah, so I can give an example of expatriates. We have actually lamented that there are expatriates that are coming in this country, but with no special expertise. The same expertise that Malawians have, but you find out that these so-called expatriates, they come to Malawi and get jobs of Malawians. And we have actually asked the minister to look into that one, to make sure that that is not happening. Yeah, so that's just one of the examples that we had actually asked the minister.
News will be back with more shortly.
Ikolole kungonjezera mayunitsi atnm kuyambira 200 kwacha kapena kuposera pamenepo mutha kukhala mmodzi mwa mamilioneya mu TNM Tikolole promotion. Koma mukaonjezera mayunitsi ndi 100 kwacha kapena kuposerapo mudzilandira mabonus oyimbira foni, SMS kapena data pompo.
TNM, always with you.
If there's one thing that all soaps do, it's wash. From buckets to basins, bathrooms to streams, and everything in between.
All soaps wash.
Yes, but Protex is different. Its reinvented formula with flaxseed oil boosts your skin's natural anti-germ defenses by 10 times more, protecting you against 99.9% of germs. So what keeps us healthy?
Protex!
Good health starts here.
Welcome back. Still in the news, kidney failure patients requiring dialysis treatment will no longer be struggling to access the service, as Adventist Hospital in Blantyre now has a dialysis machine. According to the facility's Chief Executive Officer, Kirby Kasinja, the availability of the machine is of great significance.
It's a new service that we are adding to the hospital. It's called the hemodialysis. So we will now be providing dialysis services here for those with kidney problems. You had to go elsewhere, but we don't want that under one roof.
And Zambasa Shela, the hospital's dialysis nurse, said the machine will be unique, as patients will now be able to get the services almost 3 times a week.
Like you and myself, we are able to drink each and every day, right? We pass urine. So in the process of passing urine, waste products, they come out. So if we stay for a longer time without having dialysis, there are a lot of toxins in their blood. So it's one way of trying to help our patients try to live a normal life by getting rid of the waste product, washing their blood, or rather purifying it. There are so many patients at the moment because in this country it's only 2 institutions that were providing these services, but now we are now open. At least we can save the nation.
The Overseas Chinese Chamber of Commerce has opened its offices in Blantyre with an aim of helping to link investors between Malawi and China. The chamber started in 2010 to create a platform for discussions on investment between the 2 countries. We have more in this report by Justin Mkweo.
Speaking during the official opening of the office, which is located at Golden Peacock in Blantyre, the chairperson of the chamber, Kwagwanji Chen, said many people in the country have ideas to do business with China but lack the link. Chen added that the opening of the office will therefore bridge the information gap which is there for people to have the links.
So a lot of Malawians was looking for the information and assistance from China. So we did a lot as before, like the thing, but now we had the office here, so it's officially opened, and I think more people will be knowing where they can go and where they can get information.
Blantyre City Mayor Warod Ndipo, who was the guest of honor at the event, applauded the chamber for the initiative.
But by establishing the office of the Chamber of Commerce, to us is a plus, because in fact it was almost like they didn't have a specific office. We could meet them anywhere, or not only us as Blantyre City Council, but also our residents of Blantyre and even Malawi as a country. This time around now, we have the place where we can transact business transactions.
Malawi and China have a long-time relationship.
That report by Justin Mkweo. Now, ex-soldiers charity organization ESCO Malawi, a grouping of people who once served in the army and still value the family ties of the military, has raised 439,000 kwacha cash cover to help one retired soldier, Matate Msambo, who is sick. And that's the news for now, but before we go, the headlines once again. President Lazarus Chakwera lays a wreath in memory of AFOD founder, the late Chakufa Chihana, in a bid to kickstart a reconciliation process. Ombudsman Martha Chizuma nullifies contracts of some MACRA employees, including former Director Generals Godfrey Itaye and Henry Shamu. And tobacco sales start on a high note at Mzuzu auction floors. You've been with me, Elita Sokom. You can get more on these and other stories by visiting our website, www.times.mw, liking our Facebook page, Times 360 Malawi, and following us on Twitter at Times 360 Malawi. Now remember to wash your hands regularly, observe social and physical distancing, and mask up. Please stay safe and have a lovely night.
Define your surroundings with the color of your choice. Make it warm, creative, friendly, and vibrant. Coat textures, durable color options, with up to 1,200 color shades to choose from. Be it economy range or premium range paints, innovative paint and color technology in every drop. Available in Blantyre, Build Africa, and Limbi Corner Mart Building, and in Lilongwe along M12 Road close to Gateway Mall. Tropical paints, your world in color.
Mmene ine ndi mkazi wanga Messi tinakhala ndi mwana wathu woyamba Chisomo tinalokondwa kwambiri. Ndiona kuchedwa kuti tikhale ndi mwana wina.
Nthawi yomweyi
Messi ankafuna tidikire koma basitu patatha chaka anatenganso mimba ina. Sindinazindikire kuti thupi lake sitinalipase mpata kuti lipume. Patatha zaka ziwiri Zione ndi Isaac anabadwa ndipo pano mwana wathu wachinayi ali munjira. Ndinkaona ngati ndikhala okondwa koma ndikumudera nkhawa Messi. Tinachenjezedwa kuti